Hello friends, this video on Matter and Magnetism Part 21 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till Part 20 before going ahead with Part 21. So now we will classify materials based on magnetic properties. Like in my first few slides, I told you, right, that initially people had this misconception in their mind that a magnet attracts all substances, which was not at all correct. So magnet will attract only specific substances. So what are those specific substances? They are not some magical substances. It will attract those substances which will have some specific properties. So those specific magnetic properties will define whether that object is a magnetic material or not, or if yes or if no, under which category it falls. So here we will classify materials broadly into three categories based on their magnetic properties, and they are diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. So these are the three classifications of materials based on magnetic properties. So now we will study about the properties of each of these categories of materials, right? So once we study that, after that I will tell you the theory behind the behavior, behind such specific behavior of each of these class of materials, right? So let us start with diamagnetic materials. So what are diamagnetic substances? So let us study about diamagnetic substances. So here I will discuss about the certain behavior or certain properties of diamagnetic substances. Diamagnetic substances are those where the individual constituents do not have net magnetic moment of their own. That means when I talk about a diamagnetic substance, as I told you before also, any object we see around us, it is made up of electrons. Now every electron will have a magnetic moment associated with itself. So that entire molecule will have some net magnetic moment because of those electrons. Now diamagnetic substances are those materials where the net magnetic moment of that substance comes out to be zero. That means the electrons which have their magnetic moment, they all add up and they cancel out each other, and the net magnetic moment of the object comes out to be zero. So they are diamagnetic substances. But when we apply an external magnetic field, when let us suppose, if a diamagnetic substance is just lying on the table, it doesn't have any magnetic moment of as a whole. But when you apply an external magnetic field, then what happens? A small magnetic moment is produced in each atom or molecule proportional to the magnetic field but in opposite direction. That means by applying an external magnetic field, we can magnetize a diamagnetic substance, because a diamagnetic substance as such does not have a net magnetic moment. Therefore, it is not magnetized as such. But if you apply an external magnetic field, a net magnetic moment will develop in that substance. As a result, the material will get magnetized. So the magnetic moment which will get produced, that is proportional in magnitude to the applied magnetic field. The kind of magnetic field you apply is the kind of magnetic moment that will be produced, but it is opposite in direction to the applied magnetic field. Magnetic field lines prefer not to pass through the specimen. So when you put it in external magnetic field, this is how the pattern of the field lines look like. The magnetic field lines do not cross through the specimen. It just goes out of the specimen. That means we can say that the field lines are get kind of repelled by a diamagnetic substance. When we come to magnetic susceptibility, in case of diamagnetic substance, the magnetic susceptibility is negative. What was magnetic susceptibility? It tells us about the degree of magnetization. That means how much the substance will get magnetized in response to the applied field. So that is negative here, because when we apply magnetic field, the magnetic moment that is induced is very small, and that too it is induced in the opposite direction. So the magnetic susceptibility is negative. This is a key feature. So please remember this, that magnetic susceptibility for a diamagnetic substance is negative. And what about magnetic permeability? Now, we know that from our previous studies, we know that the relation between magnetic susceptibility and magnetic permeability is this, right? So if I say that, so in this week, in turn, we can say that relative permeability is equal to susceptibility plus 1. So if I say that magnetic susceptibility is negative, so if magnetic susceptibility is negative, that means this mu r will always be less than 1 because this is a negative value. So some quantity will get subtracted from 1. That means this implies that mu r will always be less than 1. Right? And from this we can also conclude mu r less than 1 means mu r we can write it as mu divided by mu naught. So this is less than 1, or we can say mu is less than mu naught. So for a diamagnetic substance, the permeability is always less than the permeability in free space, right? So these are some of the properties which characterize a diamagnetic substance. Now you might, you might get such questions in mind that why does a diamagnetic substance behave this way? I mean, why does a diamagnetic substance, why do they not have a net magnetic moment of their own? And why is it that when we put it in an external magnetic field, a small magnetic moment is induced? Why does this happen? Now, we will study about that part after a few more slides. So now I will just tell you the properties of diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic, and then I will tell you the theory behind their behavior, right? So now, thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.